back to my channel. This is Heike and you're watching Stone Cold Coffee Crafts. My little assistant should be here any moment. She is very awake for the fact that it's noon right now. I think it's because I left the house and just came back that she's all awake and up in my business. But I've been moving around rooms quite a bit to gather all the things to do this video, and now she's a bit annoyed, confused with me. But anyway, I very nearly didn't do this, so let's hurry along so I can get this done. Yeah, let's get this bottle out of the shot. That's not pretty. I had a lot to do this morning and I didn't manage to sit down and do my daily crafty chat at the usual time I do. So I'm doing it now in my lunch break and we have to keep it very brief. So first up, what did I do this week? And I, of course, diamond painted. As you can see, I diamond painted one section less than I was supposed to. We are operating under the premise that I'm supposed to do one of these 5 by 4 inch sections per day, but I have only 18 sections for, hi baby, 31 days of month. So it's okay if I skip one every few days or so. That's not an issue. I didn't feel like diamond painting on Friday. Friday is usually it's a short-ish work day. I usually stop around 3 p.m. instead of 4:30, but after that I have to do grocery shopping and usually I have to do some kind of dinner, and by the time I actually sit down and craft, I have not that much time left, so I usually don't do all 3 things. And I decided on Friday I didn't really feel like diamond painting and skipped the diamond painting. It's okay. So I mentioned before that I'm going to switch up the look of the Little Mermaid here. I might actually go back in and pick a couple of the pinks out again and replace them with white. I'm not entirely sure yet. So basically what she was charted to be was completely in these 2 colors here. You can't actually even see that this is 2 colors, but it's 3865 and 762, which are very similar to each other. With the naked eye you can see the difference, but I think, are you killing Mr. Hanky? That's not nice of you. Poor Mr. Hanky. Hank Darcy, he's a poor guy. I know she's killing the paper. Well, you can do that. And I didn't like how I imagined this to look. I also remembered that Rachel didn't like how it looked once she was done. Do we have a bit of lingering aggression here? Yeah, hi baby. So I decided to change her up, and that's what I did. I might run out of the 963. I'm not entirely sure. We will see. I only need more of it here in her belly section, and I think that's all I need of this color. So if this is enough, we should be fine. But I should have plenty of leftover drills from other paintings. I'm pretty sure Magical Mama had these had this color and several others too. So I should be fine even if I run out. And that's the reason why I would always urge you to keep your leftover drills if they are good quality. I understand if you don't want to keep them if they are crappy quality. But if they are good quality, I would always suggest keep them, store them. You might need them at some point because you run out on a painting, or you want to switch something up like I did here. So what I didn't change up right away, but I think I will change this up, is this is part of her hair, and for whatever reason part of her hair, you can see down here they did that as well. Instead of the blondish brown tones she has here, they charted it in white and gray. I get it, that's the cast off of the light, but I think it's too harsh. I don't really feel it, so I am thinking about going back and changing it to the colors that I used here. But I'm going to see if I have leftover drills for those colors. I should, in case I run out. Usually this is still a kit that came with the individually packed baggies, so not the weighted ones you get now, which come in a string. And usually I always had a lot of leftovers from those, but it is always possible that you need close to what is in the bags for your painting, and then you can actually indeed run out. There's a bit of something on here. I have to pick that out with tweezers later. So today I'm going to finish the next section of this orca here. That usually goes pretty fast because you don't have so many color changes. And to be honest, with this painting, I actually have given the 3-placer a go again. And I think I have mostly managed to place the drills that I don't see the multi-placement afterwards, which is my pet peeve, as you know. It's not a bad thing, but I usually don't like it. I'm just weird that way, so let's see how that goes. Yeah, so that's the plan for today. I'm enjoying this painting a lot. This is a good example why I fell so madly in love with Mandie Manzano paintings. Yeah, hi baby. I see you. I see you. Oh, human, scratch my belly. Yeah, this is basically why I fell so in love with Mandie Manzano paintings, this style of painting. And I especially, like I've mentioned before, love them in rounds because the canvas looks so different from what the painting actually looks like, and you can pretty much see it bloom to life. So I'm very happy with this so far, and I'm having fun. It may continue this way. So next up was stitching. And I did start on the Barbara Anna Center Strip Christmas stitch along, and I worked on the frame. I did not stitch as much as I could have. I thought, let's take the speed out of it a little, enjoy it a little more. So what I managed to do in the 3 days, or in 2, quite honestly, I didn't stitch yesterday at all. What I managed to do is slightly over half of the frame. So the halfway mark is here. And so far I'm pretty happy with how this looks. It's really, really gorgeous. I'm happy I switched to 28 count. So the pattern, I think Barbara Anna prefers 32 because so far all I've seen her patterns call for is 32 count or 16 count if you prefer to stitch on Ada. I'm pretty happy that I switched to 28 because the stitches look very neat in my opinion. Can I give you a bit of a close-up to show you? I'm not sure if it entirely focuses, but in my opinion the stitches look really neat. That's an issue I have with a 32 count, that 2 strands are already bulky enough that the stitches can distort. We will see how it looks in the more denser sections when I get to the first... Yeah, kitty. Thank you, kitty. Fump. When I get to the first square that's going to be here, there's this house and the whole bottom part of it. It's all full coverage, so we will see how the crosses look then. But so far I'm pretty happy with that. I also stuck with the called for fabric, which is surprisingly dark in my opinion, but so far it's looking good, and there are some pretty light colors coming up, so it's probably a good choice. But I absolutely adore this. I really, really adore this. I have not decided yet if I'm going to add beads into this pattern anywhere. I might very well. I have not decided yet, but we will see. I mean, I have a huge stash of beads. It shouldn't be an issue to decide that on a whim. And if I make any changes, I will let you know. Now, that's what she was fighting, by the way. I had just picked something up from the customs office. And do you want a sneak peek? Because it's stitching related. You're going to see this on Friday as well as part of my haul, but I just picked up my fabrics of the month for May from the customs office, and I am subscribed to both clubs. The colorful, which this month is Amaryllis, and this is a gorgeous reddish pink. It's very reddish pink. And the neutral club. I am thinking of switching fabric count yet again, because I just said that 32 count actually is not really a favorite of mine, and I just discovered my love for 36 count, so I'm thinking about switching again. But we will see. June is in Germany, has been with customs for a couple of weeks now, so I'm awaiting either notification that I have to come in, provide paperwork, or that they are finally going to release it and deliver it. But it could still be another couple of weeks, to be honest. And July I have just paid for, so if I switch to 36 count, it won't be before August. But I have a few more weeks to think about that. Plan, very unsurprising, I'm going to keep stitching on this frame until the frame and the first square is done, and then I will move over to Frosty Forest. I hope that this will be done by Thursday, maybe. I don't want to put too much pressure on it, because I, like I said, would like to enjoy it, even though I want to get back to the Frosty Forest. But let's enjoy this, because this is actually a beautiful frame, and you know I'm the crazy frame girl who loves to stitch frames. So one more. I've put my camera on a weird angle today. So one more close up, and that's it. And the reason I did not stitch yesterday is because I had not dedicated a whole lot of knitting time over the weekend yet. I had knit a bit on Friday, not a lot, maybe 3-4 rows, I think, if that much. And I did not knit on Saturday, so I decided I was going to dedicate Sunday to knitting. And this is giving me a hard time right now for two reasons. One, it's very warm, and the fuzzy yarn is not ideal for this kind of weather. So it's getting really big. I am on row 220 of 247, I think it is. So this is roughly 80% right now. And what I did, since you saw this on Friday, is this much. And yeah, I have 27 rows to go. And I kind of want to manage that by Wednesday. I would like to do 9 rows per day. Let's see how realistic that is. The other reason why this is giving me a hard time right now is because it's very boring at the moment. It's basically just knit, and every X amount of rows you count to a certain stitch number, and then you make one of these eyelets, and then you count again. So it's not, you know, these eyelets that are not very well visible right now. That's not really challenging, so I on the one hand, easy is good. I enjoy easy quite a bit at times, but right now I would like to have a little more of a challenge. And I know that figuring out how the side panels go will be a bit more of a challenge for me, and I really want to get this started, but I have to get these freaking 27 rows out first. So, hint brain, knit, and then you can get more of a challenge. And yeah, I totally head slapped myself right now. Yeah, but this is really big right now, so this is going to be a super big shawl once this is done. So, sorry I touched you. Let's get to the yarns and plans portion of the day. So I have these 2 beautiful skeins of yarn from an Etsy seller called Yarn Over London, which is an amazing name. Yeah, hi. Hi. Yeah, you haven't given the people enough action yet, have you? Oh, also for the plumeties, I finally started my second ball of Loki sock yarn. So if you are one of the people who enjoy watching the balling of the yarn, or the caking of the yarn, I have put another clip at the end, because yes, I totally filmed them all. So if you like to watch this, go there. If not, skip it. It's right at the end, so you're not going to miss anything if you skip it. So these are Hi. These are blue-faced Leicester and nylon mixes. As you can see, 75% blue-faced Leicester in a superwash base and 25% nylon. This is one of the yarns that has a bit of a thinner body to it, so it has 425 meters, and this is called I'm No Bird. And I absolutely adored this super neutral with a bit of speckle and a bit of purple and green in there. And then she recommended to me to use as a tonal contrast yarn her yarn called Jane. And the reason why I needed such a stark contrast is the pattern that I choose for this. So for this one I chose the pattern before I bought the yarn. Sometimes that happens too. And the pattern is called Sophie's Rose Cholette. I love the look of the slipped stitches. That's already why I purchased one of Melody Hoffman's other patterns. You have seen that before. I think it's the Butterfly Kiss, if I remember correctly, was the name. I like the look the slipped stitches create, but I also was very intrigued with this ruffled edge. So that's the reason why I absolutely wanted to do this one. And I wanted a high contrast like she used. I just didn't want a pink with a brown, at least not in these tones. That doesn't gel with me. I love combining pink and brown. It's one of my favorite combinations, but usually I combine a softer pink with a little bit of a more neutral brown. This is a very warm chocolatey one, so I wasn't completely down for that. So I think this is much more to my liking, and that's the pattern I've chosen for it. So let's hope that this works out. Yeah, I'm getting very ambitious with my patterns, especially considering I'm currently just knitting, and sometimes counting to certain. Well, we are getting there. Anyway, this is the plan for this yarn, and I am kind of hoping it turns out fabulous. And that is all I have for you today. Question. I was thinking about actually having a bit of a chat while driving to the customs office and back, but then I decided against it because I wasn't so sure if you would actually enjoy that. The problem being, I know that people do car vlogs and others actually enjoy watching them, me included, but living in Germany I have the issue that I am by law not allowed to record traffic with the intent of uploading it. So I could record while I drive if I felt the need. I did have to use it. It's not admissible in court or anything if anything happens, so why would I? But if I plan to upload this afterwards, I'm actually prohibited. So that's why I would not be able to film like, for example, Rachel does or Elizabeth Inslee has done it. I also would not record myself for reasons I have stated before. So I wasn't so sure if you were actually interested of basically just hearing me talk with car noises in the background, because it might actually make it harder. On the other hand, there might be the one or the other creative curse in there, because I sometimes have a potty mouth when I'm driving. Just let me know if this is something you would be interested in. I could do those whenever I have to drive through the customs office and back. It's something like maybe 20 minutes total. So just let me know. I wasn't so sure. That was my plan A, record this and just try to talk from memory what I was going to talk about in this and just put pictures in. But of course I also could use it to use as a voiceover track for something I'm working on also. Just let me know if this is something you would be interested in. Probably not, but anyway. So now that the cat has discovered that yarn makes a wonderful pillow, and you like that, don't you? Yeah, it's delicious. It smells like sheep. Actually, it doesn't smell like anything to me, but who am I? I don't have a cat nose. So I have to order some cat treats now because we are nearly out and she's going to kill me in my sleep if we actually do run out. I hope you have a wonderful day. I should be back tomorrow. I hope tomorrow will be not as busy as today and I can actually film this in the morning and not stress out about it. I'm going to try and record this. I'm going to try and edit this now as soon as possible so that I can upload it and have it up at the usual time. And yeah, I wish you a wonderful day and I hopefully will be back with you tomorrow. Bye guys!